near side underhook has been lost. In SPG, we have a big fundamental 5 of cross side, and the first one is to basically control or block the hip. So an example of that would be, he's trying to ball up, because we don't play that extension game anymore, and I'm going to have to block that hip, because if I don't, he gets the knee in and he recovers the guard. He aims his knee in, head towards my head, and now just extend away from me. Important that that head comes toward the head. Squares the body up. This is what would be the difference between him getting back to here and here, is that head coming as he rocks. So that's a huge kind of detail. I've lost train of where it was then. Scarf hold. So the second, so I've got to block that hip to stop this coming in. And you could block it with the knee, you could block it with the arm, but I'm blocking that iliac crest sitting bone on the near side, right? The next thing that we talk about here is not going far side underhook, but near. If I get here, it's argued by us, like by Matt ultimately, I guess, it's argued that this is harder. So he tries to turn into me, and the real problem he's got here is he cannot get that elbow to the mat. So that's what we say by like near side underhook or getting the elbow off the. Actually, what he says is keep the elbow off the mat, right? I've said near side underhook because that does the same thing. What Matt says is elbow the mat, and then like I can scoop it out. And so the problem with this scarf hold variation is, and why I like it so much, is you get under here, there's no bridge. I don't care how good a wrestler this guy is, there's no bridge. Yeah, I worry if I had someone like Steve or some of his wrestlers here, like sometimes they get a good connection, they're gonna stick your head through the ground, you're gonna get bounced around. And so that's why I like that near side underhook pummel, because the bridge is gone. So this is why this is so awful. But I did have Henry got me in this in Costa Rica, it was about as hot as this, and his soul stealer is gruesome, and I managed to breathe through it. And then he mounted me and arm locked me, right? But I managed to like take it. You can breathe through this stuff if you stay calm, and you have to, because he's going to torture you otherwise. But it's super heavy, and so this is why I didn't know this. Whether it would have worked or not, I don't know. I might have got arm triangled, but like if you like, this is your best bet. Is that trying to get over the top with that armpit? Does that make sense? So it's not like a regular scarf where you can get bridged, because you've got the underhook. We're back to foundations again.
But it's you as the person who's putting the scarf for a lot. How are you stopping him from this escape?
Because I can control his near side elbow by putting my iliac in his armpit as well. So when we're here, the more I do this to him before he gets going. Sorry.
So it's stopping him from performing that escape, as opposed to him already getting position started.
Yeah, his problem is he can't get his elbow to the ground on the near side. He can't connect his hands to bridge me, and because my hip is in here. My hip is in his arm. I'll try to smash it. My hip is in his armpit here. He's got to get his armpit to my shoulder. If I'm here, right? But I'm here. And another thing I like to do as well with this, another thing I like to do with this is when they start like really trying to give me jip, is I just lay on their face. And this is awful. It's like a cranial crush. I had one of my purple belts started doing this, and I really thought I was like passing out. Just the pressure on my head. It's not a big guy either. But he just came up with this. He just started every time I tried to turn in, like it's just. Wow. And then you turn back in, like you try and violently turn back in because it's so awful. So you're just switching between sprawl and sit out, taking space. It's just grim. Yeah, it's a good question. And it's worth going deep on these things because they're just everywhere. Once you start realizing it, it's just the same old stuff. As you train more and more and more, it's getting better at the foundations, not having to learn goofball stuff. Pretty much it.